and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really sucking the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets. Oh, they're hollering, they're cheering, and they're jumping in their seats, where do they go? To meet the Mets. All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball from the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and meet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really sucking the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. The east side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Of New York town.
Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice. A little bit under the weather, but I am rolling nonetheless. And we are continuing our replay of the 87 Mets. It's Montreal visiting Shea Stadium. And the Mets at this time in our replay are 15-6, while in reality, this game was played on May 2nd. So we're a month into the season. And the Mets record in reality was 12-10. So basically their record in the replay attests to my amazing coaching abilities. So you can take notes as I go, and you can try to replicate the decisions of the master. I don't know if it'll always be possible on your own. It will take a while, but I am here to support you. Anyway, so let's get going here. And it's going to be Casey Candiali. And I'll run through the Montreal Expo lineup just so you can it'll refresh your memory if you remember this era, 1987. Casey Candiali is the center fielder. Mitch Webster is the right fielder, batting second. Batting third is Timmy Raines. In left field, Tim Wallach, the third baseman, cleanup. Andre Galarraga at first base, batting fifth. Batting sixth is John Steffero, the catcher. Vance Law batting seventh, the second baseman. Tom Foley, shortstop, batting eighth. And Neil Heaton, the pitcher, batting ninth. And for the Mets, it's Dave Cone on the mound. And here's the first pitch. That's going to be ball four. So Candiali walks. And then it's snake eyes for Webster. That's going to be trouble. Let's see what that ends up becoming. That's going to be a double. Candiali is fast, so I believe this is going to score him. It's an RBI double. And Webster's on at second base. So 1-0 after two batters. So Cone is not getting off to the start that he had expected or wanted. And this is going to be strike three. So Cone strikes out Tim Raines. So 1 out now. Webster still at second base. He hit an RBI double to drive in Candiali, who reached on a walk. Tim Wallach, that's 35, and that is going to be a single. And that around to score is going to be Webster, 2-0. And Wallach is on with an RBI single. And the thing with APBA Basic, you need to be looking at the book, because there is a book. And yep. So Webster, let me double check, make sure he's not yeah. Webster wouldn't be slow at all. He's fast, so I didn't think so. Because if you're slow, you definitely don't score on that. You're actually thrown out at the plate. Let me try to see if I can get just a little. Oh, that's too much light. I have either way too much light or no light at all. And that's the situation that I'm running into. And okay, that's a little bit better. I can see a little bit now. I think the issue's with the camera. All right. So let's see. My cat was up here. All right, so it's Galarraga. There's one out, and that's a 32. That's a ground ball. It's a Tuffle. Tuffle flips to Johnson. No throw to first. And that's going to be a Wallach goes in hard and breaks it up. 4-6. Runner out at second on the fourth. And then it's John Steffero. And that's a 32. That's a grounded to Tuffle. Flips to Keith Hernandez at first base, and that retires the side. But the Expos pick up 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. They lead it by a score of 2-0. Mookie Wilson, 44, and that's lined. Base hit single for Wilson. Now we're going to go add the grade to the pitcher, to the pitcher's name, so I can see his grade. I believe he's a C. Let me look real quick. Neil Heaton, yeah, he's a CZ. There are not a whole lot of qualities or ratings for these APBA players. It's pretty straightforward. So Mookie Wilson's on with a single, and next is going to be Tim Tuffle. And that's a 56. Oh, and that's going to be ball 2. We roll again. That's a 51. That's going to be a single. Mookie Wilson hustles over to third base. Line single to center field. First and third for Keith Hernandez, who's been in a little bit of a slump, batting about 250. And this is going to be a ground ball. This is going to get a run home. It's going to be a 6-3 ground ball. 1 run scores. And over to second. Oh, let me redo that. Ground ball, 6-3. Run scores. And the other runner advances to second on this. So Hernandez does pick up an RBI, does not get a hit again. Gary Carter. And that's a fly ball to right. In right field is Mitch Webster. So Gary Carter flies out for out number 2, and here he is. Darryl Strawberry has hit 13 home runs in 21 games to start off the month of April. Holy smokes. That's 41. That's strike 3. Swinging for the fences, and that retires the side, but the Mets pick up a run. So they're down 2-1. And it's going to be Vance Law. And that's popped up. And Carter throws his mask away. 1 down. Foley. It's a grounder to short. Howard Johnson throws high. But Hernandez stretches out number 2, and it's Heaton. And he grounds out up the middle. Hojo gets to it, throws on the run, throws out Heaton, 3 up, 3 down. That was easy peasy for David Cone. And David Cone, when there's somebody on, I'm going to try to remember to, he actually had 35% of the walks, of the balks for the Met team in 87. So I'm going to be rolling a 20-sided die. And if we roll a 1, he balks. And that's how I'm going to try to meet. Otherwise, the game itself is not going to manage that. There are balks, but it's not going to be specifically for him. He had 35% of the team's balks. The team, as a total, had 12 balks, and he had 4 of them. McReynolds. And that's going to be a fly to right. I don't know what's going to happen there. And it's going to drop in front of Webster for a single. So McReynolds singles. He's not at first. Howard, foul ball. It's a souvenir for a fan. And that's a fly ball center field. And Candiali on the run in right center field, and he runs it down. 1 away. Dave Magadan. And that's a high fly. Shallow right. Galarraga back. Webster in. Webster makes the call. And now it's David Cohn. That's a 41. That is a comebacker to Heaton. Throws him out 1-3, and that retires the side. Candiali. Oh, actually, it's why is McGaffey in there? That's funny. Hold on a second. Got to go back to starting lineups. That's why. All right. Fixed. No problem. All right, Candiali. That's a 55. That's line base hit for Candiali. He's on with a single. Reach base twice now. Once with a walk, once with a single. Webster. And that's a grounder to short. That's going to move Candiali to second base. In the hole. Long throw. In time. Nice play. Nice play by Hojo. Showing off the gun. And it's Tim Raines. And that's a fly to right. And drifting over towards the line is Strawberry, makes the catch. And it's Tim Wallach. And that's 22. A 22 with a runner at second base. I don't know. Those have these little puzzles. And there goes Candiali, and he is throw down third, and he is safe. So Candiali steals third. That's the thing with APBA, all the steals are automatic. So sometimes you're stealing when you shouldn't really be stealing. Like you could be down 7-1 and you're stealing, in after the middle of the game, just because it happens automatically. So, there's some. I'll be honest with you, APBA I think was a game that was designed, and then after that they were like, okay, that's it. Hey Reynolds, how you doing, bub? Philip Reynolds in the house. Just that's right, Philip. It's usually opposite day. When I say I'm smarter, that means I'm dumber. All right. And yeah, I was going to go off a little bit on APBA real quick. Just the fact that I think they designed the game in the 50s and they left it just like that. I don't think they ever really made any major adjustments after that. They were like, oh, I'm done. Perfect game. Roll some dice. Get a result. Done. 31. Tim Wallach. He singles. Base hit, 3-1. RBI single for Wallach. Down at first, Galarraga, 24. That's a high fly, left field. In comes McReynolds, makes the catch, and that retires the side. Mookie Wilson, who's 1-for-1 with a single, he's up, 24. And that's a fly to left. In the gap, running it down is Tim Raines, Tuffle. That's a bouncer to second, 2 down. And here he is, the man who's in the slump. No matter what I do, I can't get a hit from him. He's one of my favorite players. There it is, 46. Strike 3, Hernandez. Down on strikes. And it's John Steffro. Oh, foul ball. And that's a 21. I don't even see what that is. Wow. Looks like it says 38. So that's ball 1. It's a 63, and that's a strikeout. All right, so it's going to be Vance Law with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. It's 3-1 Expos. 26 is a fly to right. Strawberry there. Squeezes it. Foley, 56, and that's strike 3. Cohen blows a fastball by Foley. It's Gary Carter leading it off. It's going to be Carter, Strawberry, and McReynolds in the bottom of the 4th. Mets are down 3-1. That's a deep drive. That's a no doubter. Got a hold of that one. Got all of that one. Raines just turns around. And that's gone. Gary Carter. 3-2. Darryl Strawberry. And that's a grounder to Foley. Foley throws him out. 2 down. And it's McReynolds. 1 down, I'm sorry. 1 down. McReynolds is 1-for-1. And that's a fly to right. Hit it on the screws, but right at the right fielder, Webster. And this is 61. That should be a 22, and there's a roller to the first baseman Galarraga, who flips to Neil Heaton covering, and that retires the side. Mets pick up a run on the home run by Carter. It's 3-2. We go to the top of the fifth. Heaton, 55, and that's going to be a single base hit for Neil Heaton. So he can hit. The boy can hit. Candiali, 53, 17 with a runner on first. And a 17 with a runner on first is going to be a fly out. And that's hitting it. That's driven in the gap, and Darryl Strawberry runs it down. For a second there, it looks like he wasn't going to reach it. Had my doubts. And it's Webster with Heaton at first. That's a fly, high fly, right. 2 down. And it's Timmy Raines. That's a 55. That's single base hit. Now, let's see what Heaton is. Heaton is average, so he's going to hustle over to third base. First and third with 2 outs. So David Cone, a little bit of a jam. Tim Wallach. Wallach is 2 for 2. He's singled twice. And that's a deep drive. And back goes McReynolds to the track, to the wall, looks up. That's out of here. 3-run home run. And that's a 6-2 game now. Tim Wallach got a hold of that fastball. Drove it over the left center field fence. And that puts the Montreal Expos up by 4 runs. And out comes Davey Johnson. That's going to be all for David Cone. Let's see if he balked. That's going to be it for David Cone. He's out. He is out. All right, we're going to get Walter to come in. Jesus. There he is, Gene Walter. But you know what? I just realized that David Cone is up next inning, so we're going to try to get through this. 2 outs, 45, ball 4. Galarraga walks. 6-2, Expos. John Steffro. And that's a 64, and that's going to be strike 3. Perfect. So that worked out for us. Okay. So we're going to get a pinch hitter ready for the Mets. And who's it going to be? I'm going to bring in Mazzilli. But first is going to be Magadan. And that's strike 3. So Heaton blows one by Magadan. Mazzilli's going to pinch hit for Cone. Maz. So Cone is out. Went foul ball. Cone went 5 innings allowed. 6 runs all earned. That's a line drive base hit for Mazzilli. So Mazzilli's on with a pinch hit single. And next batter is Mookie Wilson. He's 1 for 2. And there goes Mazzilli. Throw down, and he is safe. Nobody was paying attention to him. Just took second base. So credit Mazzilli with a stolen base. And here's the pitch to Wilson. And that is ground ball to third. They're going to Mazzilli's going to hold at second base. So there's two outs now. And that's a 2-hopper to second baseman Law over to Galarraga that retires the side. Mets just can't get anything going. New pitcher is going to be Walter for the Mets. Looks like the Mets are going to lose this one. I'm not getting the feel. That's a 21. Vance Law, that's a fly to left. One down. Foley's over 2. That's a fly to left again. 2 pop-ups to left field. And it's Heaton. That's a 51, and that is going to be a ground ball and through into right field for a single. So that's Heaton's second hit of the game. Casey Candiali, he's 1 for 2 and walked 41. Hard hit ground ball right at Johnson, flips to Tuffle, that retires the side. 6-4. So now we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Keith Hernandez in a terrible slump, and I hate when this happens. 64. That's a 41. I believe that's a ground ball comebacker right to Heaton. Heaton picks it up and throws over the first baseman's head, and that's going to roll to the outfield. And going around first and into second base on a 2-base error is, let's do this again. Error, pitcher, runner on second, same error. So Hernandez is on second. 2-base error is charged to Heaton. Carter, 64, strike 3. Strawberry, 13 home runs in 21 games. And that's a 25. That's a line drive base hit. And Hernandez is going to come around to score. RBI single for Strawberry. 6-3 now. Kevin McReynolds. And that's a deep drive to center field. Back goes Casey towards the track and runs it down. Nice play by Casey, flashing the leather. And it's Howard Johnson with a runner on first. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. That's a 2-hopper to Foley. Flips the Law. That retires the side. 6-4. Mets pick up a run. 6-3 now. Expos. Gene Walter's still in there facing Webster. Oh, foul ball. It's a nice souvenir for a fan. And that's a 42, and that's going to be ball 4. So Webster walks. He's on at first. And a hit and run with Tim Raines. And that's lined and caught by the second baseman. Throws to Hernandez, and that's a double play. Holy smokes. Line drive, 4-4-3. What happened to the runner? He's out, double play. 2 outs now. Wallach, 45. That's ball 4. Walks him on 4 pitches. Andre Galarraga. Oh, foul ball. Pulled down the line, but foul. And that's going to be a 37. Picked off first base. Gene Walter picks off Wallach. He's arguing. He thinks he got his hand back in there. But no way, Jose. He's out. So we're going to go to Wallach, and he's out at first. He was, I guess, tagged out. Picked off. There he is, 1-3. Well, let me double check that. I just did that off the top of my head. 37. Yeah. Just like it was in 1967. They never changed it. This just happens to be a game that they just never, they said, that's it, I'm done. The minute they put it on the table, that was it. Sorry, guys. Took a sip of my tea. All right, Magadan. Neil Heaton. Bottom of the 7th, 6-3, Montreal Expos. 53. It's a ground ball, Vance Law, and he boots it. E4. So Magadan is on. And we get a pinch hitter for the Mets. It's going to be Wally Backman. Wally Backman's going to pinch hit. And that's a 53. That's going to be an 18. And that's a ground ball to Foley. And he misplays it, and everybody's safe. Holy smokes. Foley grabbed at it 2 or 3 times. And by the time he threw it over to Law, Magadan was safe at second, and it's going to be an error charge to Foley. So everybody's safe, first and second, nobody out. And it's Mookie Wilson. And that's going to be a 12. Oh, boy. That may be a double play. That may be a double play on first and second. First and second, a 12 is going to be Fearless choice. Ground ball to short. Flips to the second baseman covering. Throw to first, not in time. So it's a fielder's choice. 6-4. Runner advances. Runner out at second. All right, so it's Tim Tuffle. Tim Tuffle put a lot of doubles. And that's going to be, he's a C and an 8 with runners on first and third. And I think that's going to be an out. It's a C pitcher. That's a fly ball driven in the gap. Candiale after it and makes the catch. I mean, he read that right off the bat. So he runs it down, but, oh, wait, I just realized that's going to be a sacrifice fly. Let's go back. That's going to be a deep fly to center. Runner advances. Everybody else holds up. So sacrifice fly for Tuffle. 6-4 ball game. And here's Hernandez. And that's 23. That's strike 3. So Hernandez continues to struggle. Can't do anything about it. It's just one of those things. The guy you want to get a hit is not going to get a hit. Andre Galarraga, we got a new pitcher for the Mets. Let's see. We're going to bring in Leach. Let's see if I can manage their pitching staff to get a win here. Let's bring in Leach for a couple innings. Let's see. Looking out, there he is, Terry Leach. All right. Terry Leach is going to face Galarraga. And that's a 52, and that's ground ball third base. Magadan up with it, fires the first, and gets Galarraga one away. John Steffro, the catcher, 35, and that's going to be strike 3. So Leach blows it by Steffro. And it's Law, 35. That's ball 4. So Law walks. He's on at first. And it's Tom Foley. Not Tim Foley, Tom Foley. That's Snake Eyes. And he drives one in the gap, and that's going to roll to the wall, hustling around third and coming in to score with the 7th run, 2-run double, a 2-out RBI double by Tom Foley. That's what we get for messing with his name. Neil Heaton, 45. That's ball 4. So Heaton walks. Heaton has a pretty good pitcher hitting card, that's for sure. Thing about APBA is you get your pitcher card and your batter card together in one. I think that's the only game system that does that. Casey Candiale. And that's a 34, and that's a fly ball. Center field Wilson is there. Makes the catch that retires the side. But the Expos score a run. Make it 7-4. The Kid Carter, 62, strike 3. So Heaton blows one by Carter. Darryl Strawberry, 51. And that's a pop-up. Left side, third baseman in foul ground makes the catch. 2 down. To the bottom of the 8th. And that's going to be a 62. And that's going to be a fly to deep right field. Back goes Webster. And he makes the catch. So Terry Leach is going to face Mitch Webster leading off. And that's a ground to short. Johnson fires the first in the dirt, but Hernandez scoops it up. Tim Raines. And that's a ground to third. Magadan. 2 down. And Wallach. 46, strike 3. And that retires the side. So Mets are going to have Johnson, Magadan, the pinch hitter. And we're going to see if Heaton can go the complete game. We're going to try and see. Neil Heaton, can he go the complete game? That's the question. All right, it's 7-4. You know what? We're going to pull Heaton. I'm looking at the score, and I'm saying that. St. Clair, Gaffigan. I don't know who their closer is because, it's got to be Tim Burke. Tim Burke's got to be their closer. He's an ANC pitcher. But let me double check. Using the actual lineups. Let me see. Let me just click on Tim Burke and look at his stats for 87. His saves for 87. Where's that? There it is. Yeah, Tim Burke had 18 saves. 18 saves, so he's going to come in this game. I don't know. Yeah, I know he played in this game. He pitched in this game. So Tim Burke is going to replace Neil Heaton. I'm going to write him in real quick. Tim Burke, and he's A and C. A, C, X, Y, Z. Y, Z. Those are the codes. Those are the codes that APBA uses. Tim Burke is coming in. He's a right-hander. So the Mets are down to the last 3 outs. They're down by 3 runs. They're on the precipice of losing their 7th game of the season. Would I say they were 16-5? They may be 6 actually, or 16-6. No, 16-5. So they're on the precipice of losing their 6th game of the season. And we're going to change the dice because the dice have not been rolling well for the Mets. Let's go with the classic APBA dice. Howard Johnson, 51, and that's a C, and that's popped up. And that's a third baseman. Wallach, oops. Magadan, 44, that's line base hit. So Mets have a base runner with 1 out. And we're going to bring in, who are we going to bring in? Dykstra. Lenny Dykstra is going to pinch hit. That's lefty. Lenny Dykstra. There he is. Oh, that's Snake Eyes. That's going to be some sort of hit. And that's going to be a deep drive to center field. Back goes Candiali to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 7-6 Mets. Pinch hit home run by Nails. Lenny Dykstra. No doubt about that one. That was gone right off the bat. And you know that Burke wishes he had that pitch back. So it's 7-6 now. Only 1 out. And it's Mookie Wilson. And that's a line drive base hit for Mookie Wilson. So Wilson is on with the tying run. Tim Tuffle is next. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it for Burke. That's going to be it for Burke. Can't let Burke go any longer. He just doesn't have it today. We're going to bring in Randy Sinclair. Randy Sinclair. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, I have 2 of these guys. Why do I have 2 of these guys? All right. Let's then bring in Sinclair. There he is. Randy Sinclair is in there. All right. So Wilson is on at first with 1 out. Tim Tuffle, the batter. And that's a fly ball to right. And Met Webster is there, puts it away. 2 outs. And here he is, Keith Hernandez. Desperate slump. Oh, foul ball. His time is off. And that's a 53. That's a 19. A 19, what is Wallach? I don't remember what Wallach is. Let's look at him real quick. Tim Wallach at third base is a what? Oh, man, he's a 5. That's definitely an out. It's a 5-4. Actually goes across the diamond. Looked like he was going to go to second base. But let's double check that just in case, because it's a 19. Fielding 1. Yep. 5-3 put out. That's the ball game. Hernandez, I think, goes 0 for 5. Or 0 for 4. He walked in his first at bat, I believe. Oh, no. He went 0 for 5. I don't think he got a walk or a hit in the whole game. He's been really struggling. He's got his batting average down to 240. So Neil Heaton is going to get the win. Randy Sinclair is going to get the save. And the loss is going to go to David Cohn, who just didn't have it. So the final is the Montreal Expos in what turned out to be a pretty close game. I had my doubts. Ended up being a pretty close game. I did have my doubts. Let's see if I can. Hey, Mouse in the house. Let's go Mets. And Richard Davis, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all you guys. Yeah, the Mets, 7 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, 6 left on base. 6 runs, 9 hits. The Mets, Montreal, 7 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, 6 left on base. Despite the 3 errors, the Mets, 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 6 left on base. So Mets defense was better, but the Mets just couldn't capitalize on all the errors committed by the Expos. Just the clutch hits weren't there. They didn't get hits when they needed them. And that's something that I think that Montreal was able to do. David Cohn just didn't have it. I mean, let's be blunt. He did not bring it today. He did not bring it today. That's for sure. Let's take a quick peek at the scoring for the Expos. They scored right off the bat. He walked Candiali in the first inning, walked him, and then it was an RBI double by Webster. It was a strikeout, and then an RBI single by Wallach. And those were the 2 runs right there. So later, Cohn got, through the second inning. In the third inning, there was a single, ground ball, fly ball, and then an RBI single by Wallach. So he had actually 5 RBIs. He went 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs, a walk, hit a home run. So Tim Wallach, and then made a great play, diving stab at a ball in the 9th inning, hit by Hernandez, who can't buy a hit. And so yeah, there were 6 runs allowed, all earned by Cohn, who again struggled, particularly in the 5th inning, in the top of the 5th inning, when Neil Heaton led off with a single. Then he quickly was able to secure 2 outs. Candiali and Webster flied out, but then Tim Raine singled, and the big hit was Tim Wallach with the 3-run home run. And that was all she wrote for the Mets in this game. So that's it, guys. I'm going to say I will see you guys later. Thank you for stopping by. I'm ready to run another game. Let's just pull it off right here and just continue it. So it was a 3-game set, and I want to make sure I finished it with Montreal. I want to make sure there's no games left. The Expos won the series. Yeah. Oh, no, wait. There is one more game. There is one more game. It's Floyd Yeomans. I want to finish this series. So it's a 4-game series. This game, I believe, is played on a Sunday, and it is. So I'm not going to put anything away. So let's see if I can find this guy, Floyd Yeomans. I may not have him here, even though I have the extra players. Oh, there he is. Floyd Yeomans, he's a D pitcher. So not very good. And who plays in this game? Fitzgerald, Nichols. So I got to pull out Fitzgerald and Nichols for this game. And after this, I'm going to play a payoff pitch, and I'm going to go over to inside pitch for the rest of the day. Going to play 2 or 3 games with the Yankees. The Yankees are facing the Baltimore Orioles in 1976. So, got some. All right, so I got Yeomans. I got to pull some guys. Burke gets pulled. Steffro gets pulled. Keaton is pulled. The catcher and one other player gets pulled here. Let me see. Nichols. Oh, the shortstop. Foley is not playing in this game. Candiali's going to play shortstop. He's a jack of all trades. He plays all over the field. Reed Nichols is going to play. Yeomans. Let me write in Yeomans. Let me set up another game here. Game 4. So I thought it was a 3-game set, but obviously not. And what's his name? Floyd Yeomans. So it's going to take a little while, so I will be back, guys. Floyd Yeomans, pitcher. And I will be back. Thanks for watching CP Cards and Dice, saying arrivederci.